Has Dan Brown joined the Freemasons? What happened to the Key of Solomon? A recent letter to a lodge in the United States on Dan Brown's own letterhead might reveal the truth. Dan Brown has just released a new book called The Lost Symbol. It is based around the circumpunct, a circle with a dot in the middle. Scholars say it represents our sun. But new evidence shows that it is not our sun being represented, but another, the Star of Ra. Its ties with the leg of the bull, another Egyptian symbol, and the Christ symbol, the sacred cross, are about to be revealed. An ancient coffin lid shows the meaning of the leg of the bull. It's Egyptian, it was the priestess of Hathor, and here we can see the Big Dipper is not the leg of the bull. It is a perfect match with the Pleadies. And if that is true, the ultimate tomb of the Egyptians has a whole new story to tell. One of the earliest depictions of the Ra symbol is found in the Senmut tomb in Egypt. It has a mural showing all the gods on terra firma, while the narrator points up to the sky at the celestial leg of the bull. It is Taurus. It has the bullhead crown, and Orion shows the way as Horus. The circumpunct is shown in context with the stars, the Pleadies. A whole new meaning comes to light. The symbol of the double cross, the cross of Christ, is found on the Hebrew Key of Solomon parchment. It is a pictographic cipher. It's on record in the British Library in the UK. It depicts the sacred cross as Orion showing the way to the star, that is the Star of Ra, and it is nothing like scholars have said in the past. The actual Key of Solomon cipher itself has a puzzle around the outer rim, and to put that puzzle together sequentially, it makes the constellation of the Pleiades. The whole cipher is complete, and the Star of Ra is at the center of the pictographic cipher. The symbol is clear, it's the Star of Ra. The origins of Freemasonry are a mystery. The original document, the First Degree Tracing Board, is a historical document at the Bradford University in the UK. It has the blazing star as the ultimate star. It has a beam of light coming down to it, to the earth. And at the bottom of the ladder or beam of light, it shows the Ra symbol. Now, if you were to take out the sun and the moon, as Freemasons insist that those two orbs at the top part of the document represent, we are left with just the stars in the sky. Remove the associated pillars that represent those two that we've removed, and we are left with one pillar, one marker on the ground. This is Washington, D.C., and it's at a special time on the night sky, the 15th of September, a date now forgotten that Dan Brown carefully arranged for his book launch to coincide with. This is the secret of the blazing star. I have found 3 pieces of evidence that prove the Ra symbol is not our sun, but another. All 3 of them are shown here with a beam of light coming down from the star that is a unique character and an ancient reference. It is found with a blazing star on the Freemason tracing board. We saw that came from an Egyptian tomb 3,500 years ago, and it's on the Solomon Key parchment, all of which Dan Brown did not include in his book. The most important story is how the Christ symbol fits. The Yule tree, the Christmas tree that Christianity has adapted from something far more ancient. It was called Sol Invictus. It was a celebration of the rising or the rebirth of this sun-like star and its beam of light coming down from it. The tree was chosen for that shape. Roslyn and Arlington in Washington, D.C. illuminate at night to form the symbol of the leg of the bull. Across the river, the Washington Monument, the obelisk, is the X that marks the spot. It has the Ra symbol at its base. It can be seen from the sky. Other ancient civilizations had the same template on the ground. Iran, Lalibela. They all seem to have the same obsession. There are many more that are published in my book. Looking back at Washington, D.C., you'll see the Pentagon has a unique shape. It has a northern pointer. On Mars, the same thing. It has the same shape, and the pyramids of Mars seem to be in the same shape as the Pleiades. Looking at the northern pointer, you can see the two in comparison, and looking at the face on Mars against that of Iran, they both seem to have the same monument. All of this is published in my book, and it will be available more prominently in the United States. But more importantly, I'm doing a tour of ancient Egypt with Hilary Ramo, showing the tomb of Senmut and all the origins of the Ra symbol following down the Nile, and the reason they worship the bull. And it was only because it was the place of their gods. Our ancestors came from the star of Ra. This is part 2 of the lost symbol of Ra. I showed earlier on in part 1 the Ra symbol, the circumpunct, and 4 other symbols and their origins. I want to discuss further the as above, so below theory of Hermes Trismegistus. It was the early Egyptian scholar who said that Egypt was the image of the heavens. The whole cosmos dwells here. I then went on to prove that all the pyramids of Egypt, all 50, represent stars in the heavens. The reason for it was to show the X that marks the spot, the ultimate star of the god of Ra. It actually is a real star, and I have the 3 stars that we covered in part 1. They are real documented stars in 3 positions shown today. And I also want to show the origin of the Christmas tree and the connection to the Washington Monument. They both represent exactly the same thing. My hypothesis begins with the Senmut tomb in ancient Egypt, a symbol of a circle and a dot, and its connection with the Freemason tracing board on record at the Bradford University in the UK, and the same phenomena of a star and a ladder coming from it, or a beam of light, in the Solomon Key parchment. 3 documents, 3 showing the same pattern of a star with a beam of light or ladder. There is a connection, and this is my hypothesis. It begins in the British Library document, the Clavicular Solemnis manuscript of a cross within a cross. That symbol on the left is the key of Solomon. This is the key in unlocking the secret and explaining what you see in the 10 o'clock position on the actual talisman drawing. I'm pointing to it right here. I believe it's Orion. Orion has the shape. Constantine claims to have seen it in the sky, a cross within a cross. He called it the Chi Rho, an X with a P through it. He has an ancient artifact from a Roman helmet, and I am sure it is a double cross. Look at the angle of the cross and the P pointer going through the middle. Those are apparently 2 stars depicted on the artifact. Look closely at the beginnings of what I believe evolved from the Chi Rho, the cross, how it's evolved over time as the sacred cross of the sky. You can see in the Solomon Key it is probably the nebula of Orion that matches the little detail you see here in the sacred double cross. The 2 seem to be the same. This is the Key of Solomon. Looking also now at the extra clues in the talisman itself, there are 2 orbs on each side of the star in the middle. I believe it is the Akhet, that is the symbol of the sun, or the sunlight star on the horizon. I believe the star in position here is what is being measured on the horizon in the east and in the west. If you look at what is on the west, you'll see Orion has the same orientation that matches the angle at 10 o'clock position in the talisman drawing, this mysterious Solomon Key diagram. This is history. Going further now, taking the pieces of this secret, the outer rim has the stars in a puzzle as a cipher, and the key in starting the puzzle is following through from the direction of Orion through to the other side to puzzle piece 1, puzzle piece 2, puzzle piece 3, puzzle piece 4, puzzle piece 5, and then there's a new line, start with 6, 7, and 8. A complete pattern. What is this pattern? I believe it's the Pleadies. Is it just a coincidence that the Key of Solomon matches the theme in the film Stargate, where the outer rim is the
puzzle pieces dial in to get one to the stars, a sacred place in the stars. Coincidence, perhaps? We have the western horizon answered with Orion. We have the eastern horizon with the sunset mark now with the Pleadies. That answers the question mark in this diagram. There's the position of Orion on the horizon on a special day. The orientation matches. And on the same day, the Pleadies, exactly as it rises in the upright position as the leg of the bull standing upright. In astronomy, to find the special star position above the horizon vertical, one measures 33 degrees from the edge of Orion's belt vertical to find the star. Is it a coincidence that it's the same degree in Freemasonry that is the highest level to reach a Master Mason? This occurs on the 15th of September, the day that Dan Brown launched the lost symbol. Did he forget that he had timed this day to match? Nothing was mentioned. The story progresses now to Italy. Rome has a secret. If looked at from above, looking at the basilica, it has the Chi Rho in its outer circle. It is Orion. Orion showing the way to the star castle. It is a star map and is in the shape of a key. The two are shown as one. St. Peter points down the causeway with the key in his hand with the sacred cross piece on it, showing the way down to look east. The seven hills of Rome were not chosen just by coincidence. They fit the Pleiades in this perspective. It's a star map. Same as the tracing board, except on the tracing board the key of Solomon is visible on the ladder, showing Orion is in the position looking upright. Looking at the three stars on the horizon on Sol Invictus, the 25th of December, a date that predates the Christ. In Rome, Sol Invictus, the Pope waves as he looks down the eastern horizon at the stars. My ancient star map theory is not only of this earth. It means our ancestors came from the stars. What about Mars? They say that there's pyramids on Mars, a human face. Look at this anomaly. Look at the eye on the right-hand side. A face. And it is strewn with millions of debris that look like blocks. Blocks that are over 5 meters long. Can we build with 5-meter blocks? Yes, the Sphinx area started like that, with granite and limestone. What are the positions of the pyramids on Mars? What do they look like compared to the Pleadies? Here is the overlay. Noted as a mirror image of it. 3 sun-like stars depicted. Look closely at the anomalies and compare them with the Pleadies. There are almost 30 correlations with size and magnitude. Is it a coincidence? We have Mars, Tikal of the Maya, same pattern. Stonehenge, identical pattern, with the Winterbourne Stoke Barrows being the anomalies that match Mars. We have the Dendara zodiac disk, Egyptian. The Lalibela monuments built out of solid granite, the church is cut out of stone, same pattern. In Iran, an amazing mountain, the shape of the leg of the bull, points the way to the Tep, a monument that looks like the face on Mars.